Hey boys, how are you all doing? I hope the answer is you're doing well. This is the channel where I didn't realize that half of the shipment lobby just left mid-game. They all just left because we were crushing them and I end up just fighting bots for the majority of the rest of the game. And I swear I didn't know. I normally don't sit in bot lobbies, but I guess I was just in such a flow state that I didn't even realize they all left. But today's video is going to be a bit of a different one. I don't know how many people will actually see it. I just wanted to come here and talk just about me, for a change and where my head's at and stuff. Almost like an introspective video. I know a lot of the time I just talk about ideas that float around in my head, or I just give advice, about some really general topics or through the inbox and stuff, but I kind of just wanted to look back on the channel and, within myself, because it's been 1 year since I started making videos on here, and that statement isn't entirely accurate in two ways. The channel was made back in April, but the first video wasn't made till mid-August, so I'm a little late on both of those anniversaries, but it's whatever. Like who cares? You didn't know until I told you. But I just wanted to talk about this YouTube thing. I guess how I feel about the channel, tackling questions I've been asking myself, but I guess I've just been too nervous to answer, and all that good stuff. But yeah, enough rambling. 1 year. It's been 1 year of me making this channel, and I'm honestly really happy with it. I don't know how else to express it. I've been made fun of for getting sappy over niche things, so I guess it's rubbing off still. But yeah, I'm just really satisfied and really honored to have a channel that's in the position that it's in right now. I always thought it'd be cool to have 1,000 subscribers in anything. It's funny because the first video is dated, I think, August 16th, maybe, but actually there were two other videos that came out before, like a month prior, and they're in the vault and nobody will ever see it. It was a commentary like I do now, and it was my actual very first video on this channel, and the second video was a commentary of me asking if I should quit. It was only my second video and I was wondering if I should quit. Talk about short-lived. But yeah, I guess that video was made because that first video was my first time using OBS, and it was my first time using this editing software that I had at the time. So it took really long to set up and edit because it was my first time for everything, and the video got like 9 views after 2 whole weeks. And I was mad because I see everyone else's first videos get at least 100 views. Because I thought the algorithm gives everyone a freebie push, to make you think you have a shot at this content creation thing. But I didn't even get that. So I thought I just really sucked. Like, the algorithm didn't even want to bother with me. And I was just saying, like, what's the point in making content if nobody watches? What's the point in hours of editing if there's no reward? And it's honestly crazy looking back at that video now, because within that same year, I can proudly say that I have a community with familiar faces. I'm seeing people actually come back in the comments, and creators that I was watching before I had any videos on the channel, like people that I would look up to and see their videos and think like, yeah, that's what I want to be doing on here. And I've actually had the honor, to have them like actually subscribe to my channel, and I'm seeing them in my comment sections regularly showing support and actually watching the videos. Like, they're not just commenting like surface level, like keep up the good work, but like I actually talk about the content, and it's like bro, they watched what I put out and they got something from it that they felt like commenting, and like that's honestly better than whatever sub count you can get or however many views you can get. Like, honestly, like, shout out to Dyna, man. Like, he was one of the YouTubers I kept seeing when I started out, and seeing him make good traction with this format, it was really motivating for me to keep trying. And now I'm seeing him in my comments, and I also try my best to keep up with him because honestly, like, he's always uploading. like if you subscribe to him, like, I can't keep up sometimes. I don't know how he does it. He's just a beast. But also, like, my community is just awesome. Like the faces I always see, Head Clover, Fellow, Beast Armada, Joino. Like, the fact that this is such a tight-knit community is so awesome. It makes making videos so fun because it's gotten to a point where I just look forward to hearing from them. Like, I don't even care if it gets views. It's a little funny, and also just new connections you get to make on here. Like, I've been actually joining Discord servers these past couple of weeks of other creators here and showing my face a bit more because I want to connect with people, like not even in a content sense to collab, but I genuinely find the people in this niche so interesting and cool and funny. So connecting with them at all is always cool. But where was I? Yeah, why I made this channel. Like many others, I grew up watching these laid back COD commentary videos. Some were funny, some were more serious and thought provoking, like the videos I make, and that's a form of content that's kind of lost. It's lost its light lately, and there's a small community of us trying to keep that flame lit. But if I had to name a direct inspiration for this channel, it would have to be the weekly slap. I grew up watching Hutch and Syndicate and Scene Hanners and Woody, like everyone else, but to actually get up and make a channel to talk about my thoughts, it was Schlatt, all right, which is why when I get the occasional comment of like, "Oh, bro thinks he's the weekly slap," like, yeah, I guess, like that's my inspiration, so I did good, I guess, if that reminded you of it. But I just thought it was so cool, seeing Schlatt's bombastic personality, unhinged, loud, over the top antics, and to find a channel where he cuts the persona. He's just being genuine, sincere, insightful. I really appreciated that. Because me in my personal life, I struggle with always thinking that I need to always be on, to be entertaining. I struggle sometimes thinking that if I'm not funny or if I'm not entertaining my friends, they won't want to invite me around anymore, or people won't stick around if I don't offer something of value. And I might make a video on this before this video comes out or after. It just depends on what I get to first. But seeing Schlatt have a following for being funny and chaotic, but also have a little side community that's just as big with people that still care when he wants to say something sincere and vulnerable, it made me feel confident in myself that I might be able to do that too. And that's why I take this channel so seriously. This channel is my baby. It's my outlet to just be myself, unfiltered. Some videos you might notice I'm more upbeat, and some I just sound a little more mellow. And I like that you get to just see me however I'm feeling that day. I don't have to put on the YouTuber voice to keep you engaged. And you know what voice I'm talking about. But yeah, to go back to that point of almost quitting after my first video, when I first was making videos, I had no clue if I'd be consistent with this thing, let alone get consistent viewership and engagement. But I'm just glad I pressed on and just kept having fun, because it obviously paid off. Having that K at the end of your subscriber count definitely feels good. I can't lie. But I'm just honestly glad that I can look back at every video, every commentary, every video essay, and be proud of what I made. I don't think there's a single video that I didn't enjoy making. Like a video I made solely to try and get the algorithm to favor me. When you start a new channel, you get flooded with YouTube gurus. Like how to have the algorithm fall in love with you, or turn on this secret setting and watch your view count soar. And I talked about this in another video, so I'm not going to stay here for too long, but I'm so happy I didn't fall for that crap. Gurus telling you what the algorithm likes and doesn't like, forcing you to pick a niche and stay to it and all that stuff. Because honestly, I'm not trying to do this as a business. I want this to be fun, and it has been. And I have reaped rewards from it. I love the COD commentaries. I love just talking. A lot of people in my personal life don't like it when I ramble, so I use this to speak to the void and let whoever wants to listen. And then there are the video essays. Squid Game, my most iconic video on the channel the video that got me to 1,000 subscribers. That wouldn't have happened if I stuck to my niche of the commentaries. Make the content you want to make, and people will watch. But yeah, like, do I have any plans currently for the channel? Right now, no. I kind of like where it's at. I like the vibe it has. I want this to feel like you're back in those early YouTube days, watching commentaries of people just talking about life. I want my channel to be a cozy part of your day, just 5 to 10 minutes you can take from your time to just hear me ramble about ideas that I have for the video, while you're getting ready for work, or you're driving to work, or walking around school. And also, I want to continue with the inbox series. I know other commentary channels do it as well, but we all have so many different experiences, different perspectives on things. I think it's great to just share a unique opinion on something. you know, and I just like helping you guys in any way I can. And at least for right now, the inbox is the best way for me to do that for now, you know. I guess what I want to work on are my expectations. You know, transparently, I do let the numbers bother me sometimes, you know, because before I'd be happy with 30 views, hell, even 50 views, but I feel like when you see success and you see a rise in something, your expectations kind of flip, you know, because you've seen that success, you know what it looks like, you know what it feels like, and you would want to replicate it. Maybe not completely because that would be impossible, but at least an improvement to what it was before the blow up, you know, and that happened to me post Squid Game, you know. You know, I got demotivated because I hit 700,000 views and then my next videos aren't doing close to that. And like obviously like I wasn't expecting to break 100k views every video or even 1000, but just instinctively I think it's just human nature to want more once you've experienced something past your comfort zone. And I'm no exception. But I see how damaging that could be and I want to get better at my attitude towards my videos performance, and I feel like I have been getting better. And another thing I want to do during this new year on YouTube, I want to be more present. I want to be more active. You know, this community of COD commentary YouTubers are some of the nicest, most chill, most insightful people I've seen on YouTube. And it's cool because we're all close to the same age, I think. I notice a lot of us share similar life experiences just based on the stories we share in our commentaries. And I want to be more active with these people. I want to be more connected because I try to comment on as many people as I can. I want to show support to everyone. I'm sure I've established some connection with a lot of people in this space, but I want to be more cordial with people. I want something that's not just on YouTube comments. Does that mean collab more? I don't know. I'm not opposed to it, but I want to show up in more community discords. You know, I want to just talk to more people in this community and just have that connection that's outside of just the video comments, you know? Like, I'm not expecting anything super deep. Like, I know I'm still technically a stranger online, but I want to just talk more to these people. I want to build connections outside of comments because I find these people genuinely interesting, you know? Maybe that'll happen. Maybe it won't. Maybe nobody wants to talk to me. Maybe no one likes me. They think I'm weird. I don't know. We'll see. But most importantly, I want to just make more videos no matter who watches, no matter how many watch. I just want to be confident and I want to be consistent. And I hope you guys will be there every step of the way. Thank you so much for listening. This was just a stream of consciousness. I just wanted to share with you guys where my head was at, and also just put into words what I was thinking, because I was sitting on these thoughts for a while, but I just never knew how to, I guess, really convey it. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me through this year on YouTube. Thanks for just everything. I don't know how else to say it, but I hope you stick around, and I hope you guys like what I put out. And I also hope that you guys take care and be well.